Sneako. For anybody that does not know, Sneako was removed from YouTube because he is a part of the red pill community, or at least that is what he says the reason is. I air quoted it because there's a lot to unpack when it comes to that term, but I just want to jump around to some of the more important points and kind of give my take on it, and I will have a link down below if you guys want to watch the entirety of it. Let's dive in.
For those of you that don't know, before I started live streaming 3 months ago, I amassed 1 million subscribers on my main channel called Sneako, doing artistic, creative, funny videos with the motto of seeking truth through funny. I started in middle school, taking the bus home and then uploading my Call of Duty commentaries, evolving to my famous series called the 1 Minute Podcast, where I was interviewing people on the streets of New York City. Then when I started live streaming on my second channel, Sneako, I quickly grew to 850,000 subscribers in a summer. They had to do something. The theme of my live streams was labeled as red pill, which a lot of people on the internet misconstrue as some pickup artist, misogynistic women hating, when in reality, the analogy comes from the movie The Matrix when Morpheus offers Neo the red pill or the blue pill. The red pill meaning the truth. Since the beginning of my streaming, the mantra I kept repeating to my chat was that it's true. And since then, they got me for 3 strikes, and that's why they terminated everything, not just my second channel, but my main channel and any fan channel with my name in it. Not only that, but I'm gonna pursue legal action against Google for freezing 120,000 of my dollars because they terminated my account when they felt like it.
That's a lot of money. So first and foremost, I'm hoping that he gets his money. I never want to see somebody lose their ability to make a living. And now I don't know what his strikes were for, but I don't really agree with people being removed because of their opinion, because I look at it like this. If their opinion is so wrong and so bad, the rest of us should easily be able to debate it and prove the other side of it. I just think that that's a healthier way for things to go in life. I don't like the precedent of these companies being able to set the narrative, because whether or not we agree with it right now, there may come a time where we don't, and they're going to push it in that direction, and we can't do anything because we've allowed them to do it up until that point. So that's where I'm coming from when I get weirded out about it and stuff like that. It's not because I'm in agreement with the people that have been banned. I just see it taking a weird turn at some point in the future if we let this continue. I will say though, one thing he said in the beginning was a little bit weird to me, the whole how he amassed 800,000 subscribers so quickly and they had to do something. I have a feeling that more stuff he says in this video is gonna kind of conjoin with that initial statement. There's just this weird mentality that some people have. It's like an over-the-top self-importance where everything that happens in the world, every action, reaction, everything, it all kind of revolves around what they're doing. And I have a feeling that we're gonna see that more throughout this video, but I'm gonna let him cook and we'll find out.
My first community guidelines warning was for misinformation. My first strike was for misinformation. My third one was for, and then they said, you know what, that's too obvious, we'll remove that one. Then I flew to Bucharest, Romania to meet with Andrew Tate and be on his podcast, and they hit me with the strike for a viral video that was uploaded 2 months ago. If it's not obvious, anything can be labeled as and anything can be labeled as. So I posted a YouTube short on my main channel saying, hey guys, I can't stream for 2 weeks. I'll see you soon. And YouTube hit me with the circumvention strike. And that's how they were able to delete everything off the platform.
All right, so there is a lot to unpack in what he just said. As far as the misinformation strikes, I'm not gonna dive too far into that. I don't know what he said. So there's not really much for me to elaborate on whether or not I felt things were justified or not, or you know what I'm saying? Like I need to do so much research. I need to understand all of the science behind everything. So I'm not really gonna touch on the misinformation strikes because I'd have to go back, see exactly what he said. Like, there's a lot of understanding that I'd have to make like valid comments on that. Now, the strike that he got for from a video 3 months ago after he was on this specific podcast, I would agree it's a little bit weird. Most likely somebody saw that, did not like it, went and found something and was like, you know what, we can flag this. I actually don't disagree with that at all. The problem that I have is what he goes on to say after that.
So I posted a YouTube short on my main channel saying, hey guys, I can't stream for 2 weeks. I'll see you soon. And YouTube hit me with the circumvention strike. And that's how they were able to delete everything off the platform.
So for you to go post on your other channel a short breaking the rules of your suspension and getting your channel removed, I can't have a lot of sympathy for that. I just can't, because you went and did it. This has nothing to do with them being like, you said the wrong thing, you this, you that. You can paint it as they don't like what I'm saying, so they got me for this. But the truth is they'd already been getting you for stuff, and they've banned people from YouTube without 3 strikes. So they could have just got you out of there anyway. They didn't, and you went and got that last. I just have a hard time with that one. Now, he does go on to say that other YouTubers have done this and got away with it. And the fact that they got away with it doesn't mean that it was right. It just means that YouTube for some reason didn't catch on. They didn't know they had another channel. Nobody flagged it. Like, there's a lot of reasons, but if they knew, I guarantee you that person would have got. So again, I hate to see a YouTuber banned from the platform. I really do. I thought it was more so from these other types of strikes he's talking about, but the last one was literally him saying, these are the rules. I'm not gonna follow them. At that point, to me, it's weird. It's almost like in hip hop culture, you get people that it's been proven this man has shot and killed 3 people, but you're gonna have a whole community wearing shirts that are like, yo, free him, free him. And I'm just like, what are we doing?
All the YouTubers that are celebrating me being banned right now have proved my point as well. They are so brainwashed and programmed that they can't comprehend the fact that celebrating the banning of another YouTuber is sick.
Well, I mean, I tried to warn him. I tried to warn him. And yeah, YouTube, I mean, look, it's YouTube's website. They can do whatever the fuck they want. If he broke TOS, then that's an L for him. But I warned him. I told him, like, he was moving mad.
Now, honestly, that was kind of a goofy clip to play, in my opinion, because KSI, he didn't laugh about it. He didn't make a joke about it. He literally just said, I tried to warn him, which in my opinion is him trying to do a good thing. So I don't know why you just have this want to throw KSI under the bus so badly that that's the clip that you use when there's people actually celebrating it. Now, as far as people celebrating it, I mean, it's up to them. I just don't really agree with the censoring of things. And the reason why is that even though it is a private company, I can't help but look at this no different than a public square. Like in California, I'm pretty sure there's a law that you can go protest at the mall. Even though it's privately owned, because it's such a public place for people to gather, you're allowed to go do that and they can't just kick you off of it. To me, that's really no different than these digital platforms that have been created. YouTube, Twitter. Twitter has sold itself as the public space for discussion. So in that sense, I just don't feel like we should be able to narrate what gets to be there and what doesn't. No different than you can't stop somebody protesting something that you disagree with. Opening the dialogue and having the people on the other side debate and show the other side of things is the healthy way to do it. Because when these people talk and you just get rid of them, the people that are younger and don't really get, they are going to start to think, oh, what? Maybe they are hiding something. Maybe this is something that we should know. In my opinion, you just fuel that even more. So I'm not really in agreement with it, but at the same time, like, I don't know what you want me to do.
A lot of these booster shot, indoctrinated, brainwashed YouTubers are trying to take credit for the fact that I'm banned, when in reality, it's bigger than you. The government is watching me. The senator of Michigan played my clip of a stream. The committee, the chair of Homeland Security, said that I'm a domestic and that I'm encouraging.
So that we all understand exactly the type of content we are discussing today, and I'd like to take a moment to show a few examples, if you'd check the screen.
So remember that comment in the beginning that we talked about, and I said we're probably going to see more stuff in this line of thinking? This is it. This man has gotten to the point where he is convinced the Senate and everybody is watching his every move as if he is the most important person. There's multiple people in the clip, and I'm almost positive that it initially was shown and talked about due to somebody else in the video, and not even specifically Sneako. He just wants to take credit because he was in it, and he's like, see, they're watching me. This is where stuff gets fishy, and people start to create a really weird narrative, and when you do that, it's harder for me to buy into all the other stuff that you're telling me, because now I'm like, you being weird. Like, what? I don't, like, you know that that's not exactly what was happening.
What really happened is Susan got a phone call from somebody on saying, you need to get rid of this guy. He's growing too fast and he's exposing the truth. You need to get rid of him before he keeps waking people up. But what they don't realize is that I don't need youtube.com to go connect with people. YouTube is just a platform that I used. What I really need is my voice and a camera. And as long as I'm here, the audience will still be here too. I always knew that this was inevitable. The tactics that they use are very simple, and they do it over and over again. When somebody starts speaking the truth, they paint you as a anything that makes people think that you're a bad person so that you don't listen to the message.
I will give him that, because there is a lot of that going on online. When I see people speak on him or Andrew or any of these people, they just start to spout so much stuff. I just feel like these pictures get painted because people want to create a narrative against that person. And I think that that is just as bad as them creating these weird narratives to get people to follow them, because we're just going in the same vein as them, and that's why it's not working. You've just got to point and talk to the facts, debate the realistic stuff. Don't just start creating and making these things and reasons why people shouldn't follow it, because once they realize they're gonna stop listening to you, and that is what's helping them do more. Like, it's, this whole thing is weird, but the internet is the weirdest thing that I've ever experienced in my life, and every day that goes by, I'm more and more turned off by humanity. I just think that we're all really weird.
My philosophy is simple. Men and women need each other. Women are very easily brainwashed right now, and men are getting weaker by everything we see on social media. They're pushing nonsense. They're pushing antidepressants on you. They want you to be dumber, weaker, slower, and they don't want you to hear the truth. They ultimately just want to keep complete control over you, and they do that by ruining the household from the inside out. I understand that saying this makes me a target, but I have never cared about money to that extent. What I really care about is human connection. That's why I did artistic videos for 9 years. I know that what I'm saying establishes a connection with my audience that a lot of people don't have. And a lot of them are jealous. That's why they're celebrating right now. 2 YouTubers that I looked up to when I was a kid, H3, Ethan Klein, and KSI are both making fun of me when I got banned, even though they're YouTubers.
Shout out Sneako. We talked about Sneako, didn't we? Basically just a manosphere, red pill, woman-hating loser. See ya, partner.
These are 2 YouTubers that before I even started YouTube, I looked up to as an example. And I saw them both sell their soul in real time. After they got canceled and after the same people that are coming after me came after them, they sold out. They gave up their principles and they apologized. They changed their agenda and they say whatever the is on Twitter trending.
See, that's where it gets weird for me. I don't know anything about H3, so if you guys are fans, you guys can let me know what's changed. I don't nothing about that. But KSI, I don't understand where the KSI hate is coming. He's just so upset that someone he fanboyed just doesn't like the way that he's approaching his life. It just seems like that's what it is. In my opinion, KSI still says some of the most edgy stuff on YouTube, and you don't usually amass that kind of a cult following by selling out. Usually it kind of goes the opposite way. It just sounds to me like he wanted acceptance from some people that he idolized, and because he didn't get it, he's so upset that he's got to continue to take shots at them. And it just to me speaks to his mentality a little bit.
So when someone like me comes around, they attack me instead of the bigger system that's controlling us all. I'm not a bad person. I'm just trying to wake you up. And they're jealous of the fact that they should have done what I did.
Comment down below if anybody thinks that KSI is jealous of Sneako. I mean, I'm just looking at XIX Vodka, Sides, the Sidemen videos, his music, his boxing, his influence in general. I don't know what he would be jealous from, but yeah, have at it.
The censorship is right in front of your face right now. If you talk about, they put a warning right at the bottom. If you have the wrong opinion about, they delete your video. They take down your channel. The misconception that most people don't understand is they don't do this to protect us from misinformation. They do this to control the narrative.
I'll be honest, I'm not completely convinced that it's to control the narrative. Do I feel like that can be a thing at times? 100%. We're people, and every business, company, government, it has people in charge, and we all know how people are because all of us have had our moments. And if you say that you haven't and you're this perfect goody two-shoes person, you're a liar. However, I do want to say that I actually do think the majority of it is for misinformation. And I know people don't want to buy into that, but the reason I think so is because, let's be honest, the world is full of a lot of stupid people. As much as me and you may be pretty intelligent and get through life pretty well and know what's going on, you've got to acknowledge the fact that there's a lot of very gullible, stupid, easily manipulated people. So that's really the biggest problem with social media evolving. Social media is not the worst thing in the world. It's a dope place to connect, to learn, to all those kind of things. However, we also connect all of the people who don't really have a mind of their own, who are very easily influenced and just follow anything. Like when you watch videos online, even myself at times, it's easy to watch something like a discovery video I watch and they talk about something. I'm like, wow, that's so cool. I didn't know that. I may go do my research and find out that none of that was even really true. They just totally, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you do have to be very careful. And there's people that will not do their due diligence, that will not do the research. They will just see something and be like, this is fact. And I see it across the internet literally every day. There's so many things that have been openly proven one way and people are still like, well, this is all it is. You could have the same person tell you one thing and then come back and tell you the other side of it. And you may never believe it because people are just so inclined to stick with the first thought they had, or they never see that second piece of information. So I kind of understand where the misinformation stuff comes from. However, I do feel also that that could be used to hide the fact that you want to push a narrative. So there's a lot of gray area in it, and it's a lot to talk. It's really hard to kind of navigate.
I've been wronged by Google. I've been wronged by my role models, my YouTube peers, but I've always attained the idea that what is real will prosper. Time will tell, and eventually people will understand where I'm coming from. What big tech and all these YouTube sellouts don't understand is that genuine human connection cannot be replaced by anything. I have an audience online now that you can't take away. And no matter what platform I go to, no matter how much they try to censor me, people will actively need the truth.
I do think that he'll maintain an audience, but I think he's going to be surprised that not nearly as many are going to follow as he thinks. I mean, you could look at Ninja at the peak of his career going to Mixer. Huge drop in viewership, followers, all that kind of. It's just people care, but their attention span is so short, and somebody else may come along and kind of do it similarly, but in a way that allows them to be on YouTube and that they might take their attention. I'm just saying, you could think of all the people throughout the history of time that have had these large audiences that just, that's it.
I don't care that I'm banned. I'm not like these other YouTubers. I don't need validation. I don't need $1 million. I need to be rich so that I can protect myself and keep speaking the truth. But what I care about is genuine human connection.
I'm not like these other YouTubers. I don't need $1 million. I just need to be rich so I can keep...
I encourage you to sign up for my mailing list and also sign up for the Creativity Kit, where I do 3 calls a week, and I also teach you all the tools you need to go viral on social media and start making money right now.
Hey guys, listen, I just want to spread a message. This is the most important thing to me. So you should go down below to my website, sign up. It costs a little bit of money, but I'm going to teach you all of my tips and tricks and how you guys can master social media, except I'm banned from YouTube and half of social media. So but I'm going to show you how to do it right. Like, think about that. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. So this man, like, he gives some advice about dating and stuff as well. Like, there's a clip of him specifically saying that he basically watched his girl get effed by another dude because he's like, if it's gonna happen, I may as well be there and make sure everything goes okay. Now, if that's a life that you want to lead, that's okay. To each their own. People like to do that kind of stuff, swing and swap, and it's just not for me. So for me, I'd never look to him for that kind of advice. Does that make sense? Like, if I want to learn to play basketball, I'm not gonna go learn from someone who got cut from the league. So it's just weird to me that he's like, hey guys, listen, I'm banned from YouTube. They're holding on to all of my money, but hey, sign up down below, pay me. I'm gonna show you how to make cash. It just feels weird to me.
I did it so well, they had to ban me.
I was waiting for the selling point. There it is. I did it so well, they had to ban me. Listen, it's all, I mean, I'm not gonna hate on him. He's turning a negative into a business move to try to get more money from you guys, which, hey, if it works, it works. I'm just saying, I'm not gonna take advice from somebody who couldn't last on social media making money for more than a year before they got banned. It sounds to me like they're probably gonna lead me in the wrong direction. So that was a fun video. I don't know how this is gonna come out, but I'm very interested in the comments down below. I wanna see what you guys think about this. If you've made it this far and you enjoy these videos, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe. We're gonna be talking about all sorts of stuff on this channel. Make sure you guys stop in. I'll catch you next video, homies. I don't care about a struggle. I've been asking for a fight. I need adversity to thrive. I'm trying to crash before the flight. I got a lot of people doubting me. That's just been my life. So I learned to persevere and not react to what they type. It's been a long road coming. That's just what they write, but it's been feeling like it's real, so I've been asking for my light. Trying to shine until I can. If you ask me, I go twice, but I've been stuck in back the line trying to imagine what it's like. Come on.